Getafe is a side that play really good football, but they will not have the same amount of possession as Barcelona, that's for sure.
Lionel Messi leading Barcelona out to centre stage. They generally reserve their best for Getafe. The last 2 home games against them, they've beaten them 6-0 on both occasions. In fact, the 5 former visits to the Camp Nou from Getafe, they've conceded 24 goals. Now, hoping they're not on for a hiding today, they gave Barcelona quite a scare when these 2 sides met back in the autumn. Barcelona needed to make a couple of substitutions, both subs scoring the goals for a 2-1 victory at the Coliseum Alfonso Perez. Well, it is an unfamiliar Barcelona lineup today. Ter Stegen, of course, is the ever-present in goal in the League and the Champions League. It's a new defence with Dina and Mina paired for the first time. Dean is a generally left-back. Mina can play defence and midfield. They have protection from Busquets. And Coutinho will be joining Suarez and Messi and Alcácer in attack. This isn't a bad bench, isn't it? They've got Dembele, if needed, who's missed the last half a dozen games. Paulinho, who came on and scored in the first game against them. And Gerard Piqué is wrapped up in cotton wool.
It certainly is.
Referee today, Senor Fernandez Borbalán, one of the few officials in Spain who is yet to dismiss a player so far this season. I remember interviewing Bobby Robson from just about this spot inside the stadium, and he says there are supporters as far as the eye can see. Daunting day for Yerry Mina. He's not a youngster, he's 25 years of age. Roughly the same age, of course, as Philippe Coutinho, who scored his first goal. This is the Getafe team today. In goal is Guaita, who's going to be joining Crystal Palace in the summer when his contract expires. They have Gene alongside Bruno. Angel is their best chance of a goal. He scored in 2 of the last 3 matches for them. And a familiar face on the bench, Flamini, twice of Arsenal. Hasn't played football since the end of last season, but he has come out of retirement to sign for Getafe.
That's an interesting one. Big lad, Yerry Mina, isn't he, Rob? And that extra bit of height in the defence will certainly make things a lot easier for them. He's got plenty of good ball players alongside him. He's a giant standing alongside Lionel Messi.
Paco Alcácer is taking the place alongside Suarez and Messi. It's a more familiar 4-3-3 for Barcelona. Getafe kicking off, seeking their first ever victory at the Camp Nou. They visited here on 12 occasions. They've been beaten 9 of the 12. The last 2 they've taken a 6-0 hammering. But they'll feel maybe their best chance today, Jerry, is to have a go at Barcelona with the new signing there on the ball, Yerry Mina, alongside Dina, the French left fullback who's playing in the centre.
Well, I always felt that if you want to get success against Barcelona, you've got to have a go at them. You've got to press them, you've got to close them down, and you've got to put them under pressure, just like that.
Oh dear.
That's great skills from Ter Stegen, but it's risky in the opening 30 seconds.
We've called it the right in the faces of Barcelona, pinning them back into their own final 20 yards of the field, trying to put some early pressure on the emergency pairing. No, this is Ter Stegen, but they call that in Barcelona, Jerry. It's a Cruyff turn. Even the goalkeeper is encouraged to do that when they sign for Football Club Barcelona.
I've noticed over the last 10 years, goalkeepers with their feet are much better, and you want to play the modern game as a goalkeeper, you've got to have good feet to keep control of the ball and pass it well. Ter Stegen, I don't think that was his strongest point when he first came to Barcelona, but he's certainly improved. That's a loose pass.
Yes, it's a fired up Getafe. And Matt makes the run. Ooh, the offside trap.
Well,
they've obviously been working on it as this new unit. He was mightily close, though.
I think he was very close. Have a look, Rob. We're talking. Oh, my goodness, he's level. I think he's level. That's very close indeed.
He accepted it gracefully.
Wow.
the extra cover of Sergio Busquets. He's always worn number 5, but he may be playing more of a traditional number 5 role today. As an extra centre-back as Valverde has to dig deep into his squad. Dina. Full steam ahead. Alba. Rakitic. Sergio Roberto. Man needs no introduction. Lionel Messi. Busquets. Rakitic. At the moment, Valverde is making half a dozen changes a game as he tries to get the balance right for these players in the most important couple of weeks of the season. The first cup final has been reached. They're going to be playing in April.
Well, I think they've had no problems so far along the season, Rob, but you're right, it is the difficult part now when they've starting to get tireder, and he has to use the squad properly, and that's why Valverde's made the changes. He's trying to find out what he's got. Well, Yerry Mina and Nine are both going to be a good partnership at the back. We know all about Sergio Roberto, we know about Jordi Alba, but he needed a bit of cover. The midfield, I think, looks after itself. He's got plenty of quality in midfield, he's got plenty of quality up front, but it's keeping everybody fit and well before these big Champions League games. What a touch!
Here goes Sergio Roberto, restored to the team. Last week Valverde mixed things up, and he had to make a change as they were struggling at Espanyol. Brought on the 2 fullbacks, Roberto and Alba, who's so vital to the way that Barcelona play. You know that Pep Guardiola has been teased at Manchester City by some in the game for spending big on fullbacks, but that is the way. Between them, Alba and Roberto have created 6 goals each, 6 assists each this season. There's Messi to Philippe Coutinho, growing into his new surroundings. Lionel Messi. Alba. Messi appears to be in one of those moods. Coutinho loses out, and Angel wins the ball. Lucadina. Yeremina. Busquets. Mina doesn't seem short of confidence. He came on in the cup in midweek, but this is his full debut. Roberto. Stopped by a mouth and dying. Rakitic. Messi. They're doing the dance. There's Roberto. Little teaser. Comfortable for Guaita.
Well, it's just sparring at the moment, Rob, isn't it? The opening 5 minutes, we saw a good start first 60 seconds from Getafe, pressing and doing what they should do, really, to be honest. But now you can see straight away Barcelona at their game. They're going to take the majority of possession and they're going to pass it and try and play the opposition into the ground. But nothing too much for to trouble the goalkeeper, Guaita. I'm sure that won't stay that way.
It's a cute ball through. Nice tackle from Dean to Flor Angel. Alcácer has been given a little run in the team. Alcácer actually went 10 games without a start till Valverde brought him in from the cold against Espanyol last week. This is Gaku, who started from an offside position. It's not too often we're noting Barcelona's brilliance at setting the offside trap, Jerry.
Yeah, they're very good, and they obviously have worked on it. That's something I would say Ernesto Valverde will be stronger at with his roots in the Basque territory. That step over from Suarez doesn't quite come off on that occasion. Well, he's undefeated in the league, Rob. He's got to be so happy. They're in the cup final against Sevilla, 21st of April. The season's going really well, but he needs to know how strong his squad is, what his players can do, and he needs to rest legs at the right time, and that's what he's doing today.
Well, it is a slow redevelopment of the team. And Valverde to Real Madrid did the double last year. There's Gomez and Vermaelen amongst the other injured players. In the stands today, no Umtiti as well, he's suspended. Squad is stretched at the moment. This is Coutinho, stopped by Damian Suarez.
I think they see him as a replacement for Andres Iniesta in the future. He's small and minute, but very technically gifted and will-o'-the-wisp. Got his first goal last week, Rob, or the week before. Was it in the semi-final? The Copa del Rey. The man who has got a worried look on his face.
Oh, Suarez threw his arm in the way of the ball there. May have been offside as well. Suarez has been on an excellent scoring run in recent weeks. He scored in 8 La Liga games in a row until last week. Mathieu Flamini turning his attentions to football again now. There is a story that he's potentially the richest footballer in the world. Flamini invested much of his wealth into developing science. Company called Levelunik, all to do with biochemicals, and it's worked out rather well for him. Just plays football these days against the likes of Barcelona if he can get on. It's a hobby.
I think it would be a hobby now, wouldn't it? But I think we never started playing football because we wanted to get money. We played football because we loved it. And that's where all the players started. Player down now, referee, I think he's aware of it, but...
Yeah, it's Gaku who's down.
Is he?
The referee turning his back, and in Barcelona not putting it out of play.
Well, I asked him to put it out.
So the onus is on the referee to stop playing, not the players. Well, he feels now that maybe he should give him some attention.
Well, he's up now.
Yeah, it's strange how that happens, isn't it? There is a train of thought that if the play goes down and requires the game to be stopped, then maybe he should go to the touchline. He shouldn't be allowed back on until he's got his breath back, or whatever his ailment is. Busquets, Rakitic. MIRA. Dina. Too often that Dina and Jordi Alba on this field at the same time. Suarez failing to free his former Liverpool teammate Coutinho. Rakitic. Gene throws himself at the ball.
That was a big challenge, Rob. Suarez was onside. Good ball through for him.
Alcácer. Busquets. Cute ball from Messi, linking well with Busquets. Brings Jordi Alba into play. Alba seeking Messi. It's normally his first port of call. Dina. To Busquets. Messi. Not measured enough from Lionel Messi for Jordi Alba.
Well, the preliminaries are over now, Rob. The last 2-3 minutes I've noticed a real upturn in the pace of the play from Barcelona. They've really started to put their authority on it. That's a strong challenge there, and that's why he's looking injured. Gaku. Shabasaki, Japanese international player. It's not good when a 6'5" Colombian lands on top, is it?
It does bring a new dimension. I mean, Piqué is tall, but MIRA is even taller. And maybe they're looking even further into the future with the signing of the 25-year-old as a potential alternative to Gerard Piqué.
It gives him an option, certainly.
Busquets. MIRA. It's a loose ball.
Oh, he's not offside.
He's not. Doesn't have a lot of support either. Angel slips, waits for the support, gets it, and such an important tackle by Busquets. And not a bad clearance in the circumstances from Ter Stegen.
I was going to make a point about 3 or 4 minutes ago that Busquets was the deepest lying defender. You know, the two centre halves go wide. Busquets drops deep in between the three of them. But see, when the ball was given away, watch Busquets stepping up, but he forgets that he's got another centre half behind him, and he got it totally wrong. And he then makes a recovery run, and as he's running back, he's not going to get there first, but he gets the toe to it and does enough to stop the opportunity arising for Getafe on the counter-attack. And it's good counter-attack football from Getafe, and you can see they've worked hard in training on this.
Coutinho. Alba. Dina. MIRA. Sergio Roberto. MIRA, who gave that ball away. It's a bit of an escape. You wouldn't like to see somebody make a big error like that on their full debut. Unless you're a Getafe supporter, of course.
Absolutely. And this was
the pass over-ambitious and put his team under real pressure.
He reads the ball, the game really well, Sergio Busquets, but he's not a quick player, Rob. And there he is. You can see there the three, Rob. They're pushing both the fullbacks on, Sergio Roberto and Jordi Alba. That's the width for them.
Roberto to Alcácer. People these days do get a little fixated when it comes to tactics, and Barcelona's is interchangeable. When they're defending, it is effectively a back four. When they have possession, it normally becomes a three at the rear. They send Roberto down the right and Alba down the left. Rakitic at the head of a midfield diamond. Here's Suarez, who hasn't quite got into the flow of the game yet.
A couple of misplaced passes, certainly. But I think the tempo is definitely a lot faster than in the opening 2 or 3 minutes.
Goodness. Lazy ball. Retrieved by Paco Alcácer. MIRA. Rakitic.
It was a late decision from Senor Bordalas. Let's have a look. Oh, did he knock it too far in front and make the most of it?
The referee thought not.
Yeah, I thought he was fortunate to get it. Jose Angel. He's done very well. 8 goals this season, Rob. It's not a bad return.
Bordalas will have a routine for a situation like this. Only Real Sociedad and Real Madrid have scored more goals as a result of a set piece. There you go. They've always got some little invention up their sleeve. And Tunis is stopped by Suarez. You can scout them, you can watch them, but they come up with something new every week. Roberto. Busquets. Messi. Sergio Roberto. Messi. Roberto, referee plays the advantage. Messi trying to take advantage of it, and Messi ran into a crowd of players there. It was certainly blocked, but it was an unintentional blockage. It's the interpretation from Senor Fernandez Borbalán.
It looked really clumsy, Rob. Not one, you're right, Rob. It was two players who blocked him. He's played the 1-2, looking for the return, and he got hit by two different defenders.
Alba. Easy for Damian Suarez to get in the way. Fire. Tries to lay it off to Antunes, but it was a poor pass.
A lot of possession for Barcelona now, as I say, and the fans are just starting to get lively. Down the right-hand side, great ball.
Roberto to Alcázar, cuts it in towards Suarez. Some desperate but well-timed tackles from Getafe. As you can see, in a bigger picture, getting 10 players back behind the ball, leaving only Angel anywhere close to the halfway line.
Well, there's this little watcher. He does go to block him off, but you can see he comes straight across him. Left arm, look at the left arm nail, goes straight into his face. I think that's a free kick. I really do.
I'll tell you what, Jerry, if you think it was a free kick, it was a penalty kick. It was in the area.
It is. I think it's easier for the referee to give a free kick though, Rob, on the halfway line. He'd have given a free kick, but because it's in the area, not sure he fancied it there, Senor Fernandez Borbalán.
A long time to establish himself since signing for Barcelona.
That's another free kick, Rob. He's right over the top of him there. Well, you know, Amat, that's a free kick and possibly even a yellow card. So, referee's letting an awful lot go at the moment.
Suarez swerves away with the ball. Jordi Alba. Suarez again. This is Busquets. And Barrett as well to steal it. Again, Barcelona's offside trap doesn't work, and Ter Stegen has to come a long way out of his area.
Well, his starting position was really good, Rob. He was on the edge of the box. When the ball's knocked over the top, makes a good decision, away he goes, just clears his line. Sweeper keeper. He was down here. It's not a free kick for me, though. And you can see Suarez, two Uruguayans, Damian Suarez falls over the top of his international teammate and continues.
Well, Damian Suarez is also Uruguayan. He makes his namesake Luis Suarez look like a gentle soul in comparison.
No nonsense fullback Damian Suarez.
He's had 4 red cards and averages around 12 yellows a season. He's up to 9 so far in the 21 games he's played. 20 minutes have passed. It is maybe the usual Barcelona performance. They've scored 60 goals this season, but only 17 of the 16 have been in the first half. It is the Barcelona way to wear down the opposition, chip away at the mentality.
Just going to say that's what they do. They wear them down, they chip them away, Rob, and they're going to tire them. They're going to keep playing their brand of football, the passing and movement. It's tight, really tight. A ball, referee in a great position to see that one. Barry, he deems that as accidental.
A free kick suffice, no card offered. It's a grand distance, maybe too far out to go direct to goal, but Guaita has to authorise a wall just in case. New camp drum roll. Messi lacks the ammunition. Messi over the top, looking for Alba, finding Suarez. Comes to MIRA. Now Rakitic. First time that Getafe have really been stretched by Barcelona. Coutinho can't get in there. Alba. Deep to Busquets. Rakitic. The ball from Busquets. Clearly onside. So poor pass, which has been a feature of the day for Jordi Alba.
Yeah, he's done the same thing twice now, Rob, inside 5 minutes. Got there, and it's as if they know he tries to cut it back for Messi. And they're very much aware of that.
Portillo, former Malaga man. A lot of running, but hasn't had too many touches of the ball so far.
This is a shot. Good little first-time ball from Lionel Messi. And one player in the penalty spot plays them onside. There's Suarez. And you can see Yerry Mina tries to get a shot off those big long legs. He's trying to get his knee up. It's blocked.
That is the downside of being so tall, isn't it? It's a long way to get the ball onto the ground.
What, from chest to ground? Well, his chest's around, what, 5'10". But one of the better moments for Barcelona in the opening 22 minutes. Just keep playing that brand of football, keep trying to pass them.
Well, so far, so good for Getafe. You haven't had a clean sheet away from home since the opening night in Bilbao.
There's a little magician, Andres Iniesta.
He looks at home, doesn't he, on the Barcelona bench? Maybe one day we'll be orchestrating events. Too much on the pass for Nathan Dye. Mina. It's a crude challenge from behind by Bruno. The referee seeks him out for ticking off.
I think he's very fortunate to get away with that. Again. He's gone straight to the back of him.
I think he felt it was a free hit on Suarez, didn't he? Anywhere near the halfway line, he may get away with one. And former Real Betis central defender. Dean, Alba. Yerry Mina hasn't been shy in taking possession of the ball on his La Liga debut for Barcelona. Certainly giving him plenty of touches in the opening half of this game.
I think it's because he's a debut that Getafe's letting him have the ball. They're leaving him as the spur man, Rob, and hoping he's not as technically gifted as the rest of them.
Rakitic. Busquets. Mina. Sergio Roberto rise the challenge of Emmanuel. Comes to Jordi Alba. Suarez did will to close him down, but they don't stop Luis Suarez. He was offside.
It's a chance, Rob. A very good moment.
First proper scramble we've seen in the Getafe defence.
Yeah, and it comes from Yerry Mina's pass to Sergio Roberto. I thought Amat dived in very, very quickly there and sillily, but decent ball in and caused a lot of confusion. I'm not sure he's offside. It's another tight decision.
Two long-serving coaches who've finally reached the pinnacle. Valverde has done the rounds in La Liga, but there's no better job for somebody who played for Barcelona than managing Barcelona. It's his opposite number, Jose Bordelas, has done the rounds in the lower leagues. Summer seasons in Benidorm, in Alicante as well. Kedin. Coutinho. Busquets. And Tunis climbs well.
Well, defend well, Getafe. The 4-4-2 formation, they're all getting behind the ball. Everybody's making it difficult for Barcelona. We're not surprised by that at all.
Busquets.
It's a bad ball.
Busquets throws himself at it. Not surprising. Possession percentage of 77% for Barcelona. Pretty much as Getafe would have expected today.
Yep, that's the norm. Sergio Roberto.
Coutinho to Dean. Rakitic. Alba. Messi. Gene casually back to his goalkeeper Guaita.
Nearly half an hour, Rob. They've dealt with the pressure from Barcelona pretty well. I think Getafe, well organised. The goalkeeper Guaita hasn't really had to make a save, so if you're the coach, you would be very happy.
To MIRA. The plan, of course, for Barcelona is to keep things ticking over and to really peak the week after next. And they head to London to take on Chelsea in the Champions League. All part of the grander plan for Valverde. You would argue there'd probably be pretty much half of this team will be regarded as the strongest 11. Sergio Roberto just signed a new longer-term deal with the club, looking for a bit of protection. This is Alcázar to Roberto.
Oh, he's done well.
And that won't let him go. And they double team him. Ball is at the feet of Messi. MIRA. Busquets. Rakitic to Coutinho. MIRA caught in possession by Gaku. Amat and Tunis. You see Getafe trying to play their way out of their own half without just launching it forward and hoping for a mistake. Roberto to Busquets. Barcelona up the pace. Messi. Roberto fairly being fouled again. Looks pleadingly at the referee, not for the first time. In the last 5 minutes for a bit of protection. Alcázar. Now MIRA. The impression that Yerry Mina has been studying hours and hours of videos of Gerard Piqué because he's doing his best impression of him down there.
Certainly is. He's got a lot of the ball, Rob, hasn't he? I'm still trying to work out where Paco Alcázar's playing.
Alcázar trying to get on the shoulder there around Tunis. This is Messi. Coutinho. To Rakitic. Messi picks up on the slip, but there's a desperate last second challenge from Damian Suarez.
What a fabulous challenge that was, as Messi took it on his chest. Suarez was there to pick his pocket and just knock it away. Good little ball coming in here, Rob, from Rakitic. First touch was decent from Messi. It sets it up for the strike, but the intervention from Damian Suarez was excellent.
He's got a grip of Luis Suarez. Messi flies it across the face of goal. It's retrieved by Alba. Rakitic. Alba to Rakitic again. And
goal kick.
Suarez is asking if it wasn't a free kick, why is he not cautioned for taking a dive?
Well, that's the ball in for Lionel Messi. First touch is good. He's going to have a shot, but then Damian Suarez pounces. There's very little contact there from the inside of Roberto. I wouldn't give a free kick either.
Well, started life as a midfield player, and that's what it said on the job description. But as you can see from the heat map, he burns the touchline these days for Barcelona.
He's the same as Jordi Alba, Rob, isn't he?
It took a long time, didn't it, to replace Dani Alves? And
it did.
They brought in Semedo in the summer as well, but Sergio Roberto has become irreplaceable.
He's grown into the position over the last 2 seasons, but it took him a good 4 or 5 years to become established at Barcelona. I thought he should have went out on loan a few times, but he didn't. He stuck to it, and he's found his position for me.
Messi.
Great ball.
Great ball.
I'm not sure about that one. I'd like to see that one again. That was really close again. We've had 2 or 3 very close decisions. Oh, he is just offside. He's a foot offside when Messi releases it. A good idea and an excellent run. Look, Ernesto. Really? And Ernesto, are you serious? Oh, clever play from Damian Suarez on Rakitic.
He's going to be one of the most underrated players in La Liga, Damian Suarez.
And you know what you get from him, it says it on the tin. And what is it, a yellow card every 2.5 games, and
on average.
They
love him at Getafe though. He's a legend, a folklore figure. They've just tied him down to a new deal to the year 2022. Gaku, lovely take from the Japan international. Bayer to Amat. Jordi Alba breaks the defensive line. Suarez is support. Alba continues the run that he started. Brilliant run from Jordi Alba. Trying to get it back to Suarez, but the defending of Bruno was good.
Excellent cover. Great counter-attack move. It was a poor ball across the face of goal initially. That was intercepted by Jordi Alba, rarely pacey player, and he gets forward, knocks it wide to Suarez and continues the run. And then you can see the defender, Bruno, is well aware of the run from Jordi Alba and gives away the corner kick.
Starburst in the sense and doesn't find Suarez. Messi. Damian Suarez clears to a man dying. Gaku. So turn into trouble by Portillo. Messi wrestled off the ball by Bruno. He felt that was a foul.
That's an easy one for him to give there, Rob, because he's well away from the penalty area. There's no difference between this. I don't think this is as much as a foul as the other one.
It wasn't dissimilar to the other one, was it? The fact that he just got his body in the way. The difference was the previous
one got his elbow.
Allegation was inside the penalty area, so it's a little easier to give. Messi, the leading scorer in Spanish football, the Pichichi as they call it, the golden boot in Spain. His nearest rival, Luis Suarez, with 16 goals.
He's on 20 goals himself, Lionel Messi, but he's got 27 for the season, which is a good return for Lionel Messi. Free kick, foul against Yerry Mina.
He's got his time a little wrong. Half of the Getafe goals this season have come as a result of a set piece. They're brilliant at corners and free kicks.
Damian Suarez is up there, Rob, as well.
Fayard makes the move, and Tunis delivers it. It was Jana who threw himself at it. It's not a club that's known for spending money. They invested around 12 million in the squad in the summer. A large proportion was that, around 3 million on bringing in Damian Jana, the Togo international, who has been refreshingly excellent.
So solid
this season.
Really, so solid, Rob, hasn't he? Very rarely makes mistakes, quick, strong.
Busquets. Coutinho. Easily cut out by Portillo. This is Ahmad. Luca Dean. It's the advantage of having Dean in the centre. He has a turn of pace.
He has.
MIRA.
Cross is on from wide right. He should have put him into Sergio Roberto. It's on again.
Roberto has the space. Tries to slip it in towards Luis Suarez. And Tunis. Here's Dina. You haven't yet pinned him down yet.
No, he has had
he's in the right back position now.
He's had no involvement at all as a striker, Rob. He's not having any involvement. That's why he looks like a fish out of water.
It's interesting, isn't it? He's just kind of moping over here on the right-hand side, ahead of Sergio Roberto. Messi squirms away. Suarez with a loose ball. Bruno throws himself at it. Fayed. Gaku just hits for space. Buy some time for Getafe.
Oh, look at this one.
MIRA was the player who didn't buy the offside drop. Angel almost made them pay for their miscommunication and disorganisation.
Excellent play from Getafe, Rob. You know, when you want a one-on-one, you want it against the 6'5" big lad, and that's what Angel gets. Look at this, one-on-one, outside him, gets the shot off. That's the way to play on the counter-attack against Barcelona.
MIRA was left alone there after not hearing the call of the other three around him.
I think it did take a touch off the defender, off his leg, as it goes through his legs. I think it took a touch, and that's what Angel is saying.
Slow things down to Jene and Bruno to bring some physical presence. It's their first corner of the game. And Tunis. How many times is Luis Suarez the ball winner when Barcelona are defending? Strong arm challenge. Unpunished by the referee. This is Gaku. Great run from Gaku, the Japan international, but he made it easy when he had so much freedom in the Barcelona area.
Lots of things happening off the ball here. 1-2 draw, players being blocked off. They're not happy with it. Certainly the fans are picking up on it. Now, can we get a run in Sergio Roberto?
Messi was an off the ball incident. Is it Luis Suarez who's down holding his face?
Yeah,
was chest.
I think it was Luis Suarez, but half the time they don't know if they're injured or not, Rob. You know, they're so good at feigning injuries. I've no doubt there's some of them are genuine, but...
Well, Ahmad is now down, and Bordelas and Busquets get into a deep and meaningful conversation.
Well, they're all out of the dugout, aren't they? Asking for the ball to be put out. As we approach half-time. Let's have a look, looks like. Well, he's shouldered straight into him. He's gone straight into him. That's Bruno.
This was a man colliding with Sergio Roberto. This was the previous move. Brilliant run, perfectly timed.
Fabulous.
Should have maybe taken a touch, Jay.
I think he should have taken a touch, definitely. And this is Yeremina taken out. Amat. That's a free kick as well. That's a free kick for me, definitely.
It's taken quickly, the free kick. Fayed to Suarez. Portillo. Suarez continues the adventure. Sergio Roberto. There's a high boot. Referee saw nothing wrong with it. Fayed. Portillo. Alba wins it back. Dina. Rakitic. Second successive week that Barcelona have found the opposition tough to crack in the first half. When these two clubs met back in September, Getafe actually took the lead around this time in the game, and it took Barcelona until deep into the second half to score. That's when the manager, you may remember, had to make a couple of substitutions. Well, Messi wins a free kick.
It's the first yellow card, and it's been persistent fouling. It really has been, and it's Aaron Barry. I think the referee could have booked a couple of them before now, but that's the first one into the book. Maro, Aaron Barry.
Well, I think Aaron Barry's maybe the victim of the referee deciding he has to make an example of somebody. It's just got a little indiscipline in the last 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, but Rob, you're spot on. I mean, have a look at Bruno's challenges, the last two challenges, one on Suarez and one on Messi. They're both yellow cards. And I think they're very fortunate now. You can see.
Well, Lucadine is screaming.
He's not happy.
Referee's assistant, but it should be his teammates he is directing his anger at, because the run was perfectly timed.
Can you conjure up a little bit of magic just on the stroke of half time?
Messi. Oh, what a brilliant take from Suarez. Sadly, it's going to be lost in the history books because he was offside.
Some strike, Rob. What a finish. What a finish.
Hard, isn't it, when your adrenaline is flowing like that and you finish superbly? He had gone.
He is, he's offside.
A fraction early.
Yeah, he's offside. Fabulous goal, though. What a strike. It's been a frustrating first half for Luis Suarez in Barcelona, and that's credit to Getafe, but they're going to work even harder, I think, in the second half.
Roberto. Alcácer. We can imagine that either coach would have a great deal to say at half-time. I can imagine just put a note out, more of the same. Getafe have been organised, defended well.
Yeah, you're right, Rob.
Closed Barcelona down, and Barcelona have been creating chances.
Yeah. I think they'll both sets of managers, they've had the majority of possession, but haven't made an awful lot in terms of testing the goalkeeper.
The referee draws the first half to a close. Suarez is still angry that his goal was ruled out, but I think when he sees the replays, he'll acknowledge that the referee and his assistants got it just right. And Getafe have had their moments as well against this makeshift Barcelona defence. Well, you can see Suarez was just offside as the ball was played by Lionel Messi. Clears it up. The goal that didn't count. He directs his anger at the man with the flag on this near side of the field. I think he does owe him an apology, but no goal, which means at half-time. But the Camp Nou, it's Barcelona 0, Getafe 0.
Shots on target, Rob, and they've had over 340 passes completed, Barcelona, and Getafe only completed 78.
I wonder about the legality of that, Jerry, about only watering one half of the... Could you go out with a bag of sand and slow it down in the other half for Getafe?
They're the home team, aren't they?
Valverde and his backroom team using everything available to them. Barcelona kick off the second half, hoping that they can continue the trend that has been set of peaking as the game goes on. They've scored 43 of their 60 goals this season after the half-time recess. Last week it needed a change of direction from Valverde against Espanyol. Certainly won't want to be changing his defence, as he's got the debutant, full debutant, MIRA, alongside Luca Dean, who looks quite assured. Busquets is acting as the extra protection at the start of the second half. Coutinho. Coutinho theatrically appeals for a free kick.
Well, they're certainly very physical. Getafe, they're strong and they're determined. They're making as many obstacles and putting as many obstacles in the way as they possibly can, which is absolutely the right thing to do for me. I think they've defended really well. They've crossed the line a couple of times, but they've got away with it. And even the booking for me was probably a harsh booking, I think. And it was probably a combination of several challenges on Lionel Messi.
MIRA to Rakitic. Valverde will be trying to measure the amount of time that each player gets at the moment. There's a consideration of a change for Getafe. They do have MIRA and Molina on the bench. A couple of former Premier League players as well in Flamini and Eloy Remy, who signed from Las Palmas.
It's a corner.
You're right.
You know, I think they've been really predictable on their corners. Would they not play a short corner? You know, get somebody coming out, play a short corner and try and play from there. Drag defenders about. It's pretty straightforward at this moment in time.
Easy header for Adam Barry. This is Amat. Chased down by Yerry Mina.
Taken out, I think, by Yerry Mina. He was running down a cul-de-sac though, Rob. He had nowhere else to go.
Busquets chose the wrong club. Need a little bit of backspin on that pass.
Should have watered the grass, shouldn't they?
There's a slight arm from Mina on a map. And the player who's going through the routine solo for Barcelona on this touchline down below us is Dembele. Maybe seeing the summer signing soon. This is Coutinho.
Good skills.
75,000 inside the Camp Nou today. They've been entertained, but they're baying for a goal. Rakitic.
Breaks on now.
Oh,
Poor touch.
Poor pass from Sergio Roberto.
I think it was his touch, so Robbie was looking to get a first touch and he was a little bit heavy. And there was a lovely chance for them to do something. Look at his lovely skills. Quick feet from Philippe Coutinho.
I think we could say he's finding his feet at the Camp Nou.
Oh, there's 3 yellow shirts around him there. He didn't have an awful lot of space.
Kaku. Angel. Good turn from Angel as the defender's slipping and sliding.
Got blocking it as well. It's good defending from Barcelona. Didn't go out for the corner. And they're feeding off scraps, but they've done okay. They've had 2 or 3 pretty good counter-attacks, Rob, and they've had one shot that took a deflection of Yerry Mina and went for a corner kick. And this is the outlet for me, Sergio Roberto. It was in the first half.
Alba. Coutinho. Coutinho. How many times have we seen that? Maguire had anticipated what was coming.
That's their first shot on target, Rob. That's a fair distance out. 2-on-1. And he heads it out. And throwing, and they'll be happy with that. Have a look. You can see, long way out. Easy for Moika.
Is Coutinho's calling card that as well, isn't it? That's when Alba was forced to throw himself at the shot from Angel. sub to have the great Andres Iniesta.
Oh, he's fantastic. I'll cry when he retires, Rob. He's just so brilliant.
Never seen you cry, Jerry.
Oh, and Messi.
Amat slip at a vital time from Angel.
I think he was off, wasn't he? I'm still trying to get Zinedine Zidane to come out of retirement. He was just great to watch as well, wasn't he?
Well, things are desperate at Real Madrid, but maybe not quite that desperate.
No, there's another Zidane in the squad anyway. That's his son.
Rakitic to Busquets, some of the former Barcelona goalkeeper. Coutinho. Alba. MIRA. Messi. There's a game of patience being played by Barcelona against this extremely well-drilled Getafe defence. Alba. Coutinho. Rakitic. Little Messi. Roberto on the run. Good cross from Roberto. Comfortable for Guaita.
Yeah, it was a decent piece of play, and he is the outlet on the right-hand side. It wasn't a bad ball in, but that's where most of the joy for Barcelona has come, down that right-hand side. And you can see Paco Alcácer is asking a question. He's getting pressed now.
This is Gene. Misplaced header by Alcácer. Well, he could never quite get into the mind of Valverde, the Barcelona coach. From where we sit, Jerry, Alcácer has been the least prominent attacking player.
Yep.
It would appear that Dembele would be favourite to take his place, with Busquets wraps a leg around the mat. Free kick and a yellow card.
Well, pretty straightforward for the referee. He was in a good position. He's from behind.
Well, he's been an eye-catching player, and they got him for around €2.5 million from Atletico Madrid in the summer, Amat, and he's been a pain in the side for Barcelona today.
A long way out. What's he sent two in the wall? That's all he wants. Nice fire is over the ball.
He will have planned for a situation like this. Borderlands is a stickler. Tunis goes over it. The wall is placed.
It's a corner.
It's a corner.
That was really hopeful, wasn't it, from Aaron Barry? He was never going to score from there, Rob. They're fortunate to get a corner kick out of it.
We'll look up at the stadium clock from the goalkeeper, Ter Stegen. They're taking their time. They'll be happy that the Barcelona supporters are whistling them. Coutinho needs to get the top full 10 yards. Yaku to Antunes. That's a good ball in, Gene.
He got up, but he didn't have any direction in it. Gene's another very athletic and strong player.
He's yet to score a goal in the league.
Too many goals come from the defence at the moment, Rob.
He's gone in the second half. We still await the first goal of the game. Barcelona have been involved in scoreless draws, but only in the Champions League. There's Suarez! Well, wonderful reflexes by Suarez. He's getting warmer.
sure Padlock had there meant this, but it was a very good pass in the end. He's onside, he's level,
wasn't it, for
he's
once?
level, and he's very quick. You can see he anticipates really well. Toe pokes it with the outside of the right foot, but wide of the target.
Turning to Antunes, accepts he'd done wrong. Rakitic, Roberto. More of the same from Getafe, getting all but held back behind the ball. Rakitic, Messi looking for Coutinho. Coutinho was looking for Suarez when, on reflection, he may have had a goal himself. Right, who's the fastest here? Is it Amat or is it Dean? It's little Amat and Dye. Lovely turbo charge from him.
Oh, good skills.
Luka Dean sticks to the task and gets Barcelona out of a tight situation. And the home supporters appreciate that.
Yeah, he was reluctant to dive in, and he did well. He stayed on his feet. It's a late challenge as well. Referee being at that one.
Well, there you go. We've had the speed good on them. And that was 2 kilometres faster in that chase. Alba's cross, well read by Bruno. This is Rakitic. Coutinho! Top save from Guaita. He's beaten a few Premier League keepers with shots like that over the years, Coutinho.
So he gets dragged back there straight away. You can see the referee obviously hasn't seen that. That's a great save though from Guaita, from Philip Coutinho. Bottom left hand corner, that was heading for.
Amat. Roberto. Coutinho. Now Rakitic. Coutinho to Roberto. Messi. Fayer is the man who's casing from Genet. Can't get there, and Genet does get there eventually. Lost his balance, lost his direction, and then regained it brilliantly.
Well, this is a great ball from Lionel Messi. Genet tries to stop it. He gets a touch on it, not a big enough touch, but the second attempt he gets it away.
Barcelona piling the pressure. Guaita collides with his own man Bruno. When the time is right, Dembele and Iniesta will come on. Coutinho. Bruno throws himself at it. They just
breaks on.
crank themselves up a gear here, Barcelona. They've left a gap at the back.
He's onside here.
There is Gaku, and he's got a Math alongside him. Ter Stegen has come, well, a goalkeeping mile off his line, and that was the right thing to do. It wasn't quite the execution, but it had to be done by Gaku. He had to have a little shy at it.
That was a good counter-attack movement. We're straight up down the other side here. The game's really opening up, Rob.
And things are loosening up now as Getafe take a chance or two. It's Suarez to Coutinho. Momentum is lost.
He bounces over the top of the little man, and I would think Dembele. This is a shot from Philip Coutinho. That's a great save from Guaita. And this is the counter-attack. This is a really good counter-attack. He's in his own half.
Ter Stegen slipped as well, didn't he?
That's right, he was changing direction, and he acknowledges that. But tight angle for Gaku to put it into.
And Mbali to Antunes. Gaku. Ahmad. Portillo. Finding space. It's a great ball by Portillo. Ter Stegen's coming that adventurous distance from his line again. Chased down by Mina.
Oh, he's been caught out twice in the last 2 or 3 minutes. His positional play there, Rob, wasn't very good, I think. Super ball, he's onside, he's coming for it. He realises he's not going to get there first, and he corrects it again. You can see he's changing his angle. But the first touch, and the ball's run away. That took a touch off Mina, and it's a corner kick. And they still wait, Dembele and Iniesta. One of them has to be taken off. It's got to be Paco Alcácer. I don't know who the other one will be.
Fayad's corner. Antunes comes late. Well, it was a wonderful routine, almost perfectly executed.
Well, that would have been spectacular, wouldn't it? Corner kick and hitting on the volley by the left back. Antunes struck it really well, but couldn't keep it low enough.
No, it's not a bad pair to bring on, is it? Coutinho is seen as the long-term replacement for Andres Iniesta, maybe, but in the short term, Iniesta is back in the orchestra pit. It is a retuned Barcelona for the final 28 minutes. And Mina has enjoyed his debut. Is he going on? It's Dembele. Dembele who's coming on. It is Alcácer who's gone off. Suarez. Ter Stegen spending more time outside of his area than he is in the area at the moment, just as an insurance. Well, this was the piece. Nobody was taking care of Antunes. How many times have they practiced that on the training field?
Yeah, you've got to hit a target though, Rob. It's a good skill, it's a hard skill, but maybe disappointed Antunes he hasn't hit the target. Struck it really well, but leaning back.
Dembele. Messi. To Alba. Little political statement from the Barcelona supporters. The Catalan flags flying in the wind around the Camp Nou. Dembele. Iniesta. Iniesta trying to make the right pass. Well, he made changes around this time in the reverse fixture when Iniesta went off. Today he's come on. When they played in Getafe, it was Denis Suarez and Paulinho who were the scoring super subs.
We're not surprised though that they brought on Andres Iniesta. He can open any defence if he gets the opportunities and gets enough of the ball. And he's got a good 25 minutes to do that now.
And now, always flashing across the face of the goal.
Again, they're doing everything right. You know, they're initially blocking down the shot and then creating the opportunity for Ahmad, and he's got a cross goal. That's where you want to go.
It's an eye-catching performance at Ahmad, I believe. Took a touch as well, didn't it, from Ter Stegen?
Yeah, got a touch on it.
The foam on the glove.
It definitely changed the trajectory of the ball.
They did come here 10 years ago and record a 0-0 draw. They'd be delighted with that. Antunes is cautioned for time wasting. Better move it quickly. Could be 2 yellow cards. It's Ahmad. Rakitic. Messi. Selling Roberto short. Damian Suarez to Gaku. Chance opened up. It's too tempting for Fayad.
It was hit and hope, wasn't it, for Faisal Fayad?
Roberto. Good ball. Dembele. Good skill by Dembele. He actually injured himself earlier in the season, didn't he, by falling over in his home debut.
I'm just wondering, should they have watered the pitch, or what sort of studs is he wearing, Rob?
Messi. Taken down in full flight, Lionel Messi in a central, very tempting position.
That should be a yellow card, Rob. And do you know what? Have a look. That's a yellow card. Certainly, there's two challenges. One after he's fouled there. That's a yellow card.
He's clipped by Fierro, isn't he?
And then he's kicked in the face by
Bruno.
That's another yellow card. Honestly, and the referee's been very, very lenient for me. Well, that's definitely within Lionel Messi's range.
Wonderful shot on the stadium. All eyes fixed on the left boot of Lionel Messi.
75,000 here. As big as a crowd at Wembley at Tottenham Arsenal yesterday, Rob.
Messi! Well, it needs somebody to take a grasp of this game.
It took them a good 50 minutes to get their first shot on target here at Barcelona, which is very unusual. And that one way off the mark for Lionel Messi. And he looked below par. He's got a little bit of an ice pack on his cap there, you can see. On his right knee.
It's a rare quiet midweek for Barcelona after the Copa del Rey midweek since the start of 2018. Rakitic. Dembele. Makes it easier for Antunes.
That's a double cover we were saying in the first half, Rob. You know, the two wide players back helping the full backs, and it's going to be difficult to get down around the outside of them. You see that 4-4-2 very clearly there.
Messi. Jordi Alba. To Rakitic. Busquets. Jordi Alba. Iniesta beginning to have a big influence on this game. Oh, brilliant by Andres Iniesta. And anywhere will do for Antunes.
Well, that's what he brings to the park, Rob. As soon as he comes on, you can see he's got that skill, technique, that nice, lovely technique here through his legs, along the byline, outside of the right foot, looking for Dembele at the far post.
Messi. Iniesta. Messi to Rakitic. No touch from Messi to Sergio Roberto. Again, it's Fire who has the job of trying to keep a track of Lionel Messi. Messi gets the cross in there, away by Portillo. Lucadine. Busquets. Great to have to go until Messi went for the ball. The referee's assistant continued to tease us by keeping his flag down.
I still don't like that law, Rob, where until they actually make an attempt to go for it. Oh, it's a tight one, really is. We're talking inches. Very, very close decision. There's been a few of them today. Hard for the linesmen to get right, and I think they've done a good job, both the linesmen today.
Borderlands has done a remarkable job at Getafe and took them at their lowest ebb in many years. They were second from bottom of the Segunda, having won only one of the opening 7 games. Gone and promoted in his first season, and they're holding their own here against Barcelona. Dembele to Roberto. Dembele again. A wasted ball by Ousmane Dembele.
Suarez happy just to put it anywhere, but they're giving possession away. They've done that well in the first half, but Barcelona weren't really as strong and haven't been as putting as much pressure on as they have in the last 15 minutes, but they've still got to break them down, and you can see how many yellow shirts are behind the ball.
Iniesta to Busquets. Alba. Last week it took Barcelona until the 82nd minute to get the vital goal, which was the equalising goal at Espanyol.
They've done a good job, though. I have to say they've frustrated Barcelona so much today, Rob. It's been very impressive from Getafe.
Iniesta. Suarez is offside. It's a phrase we've used many times this afternoon.
Yeah. It's another close one, but I would say he's right. He's got it spot on. He's just a foot offside. And Dembele against Antunes, and there's the slip. Told you not to water that grass.
There's a great phrase used by Valverde when he was asked whether he's going to bring Dembele into the fold today. He's not being included in the last 7 squads. He said he's been in dry dock.
Dry dock. He needs to get his studs on. That's the block from, you can see there, from Alba, Jordi Alba.
Getafe haven't yet used any of their substitutes. It's a consideration for Borderlands. There's a lot of movement down below on the touchline. Got a couple of new faces in the squad. Cabrera, the Uruguayan, and Flamini. I don't think he's going to be thrown out there. He hasn't played any football since the end of last season at Crystal Palace.
You can see really close, but just offside.
Since coming on for Coutinho, and he's caught by Ahmad. Well, it is Flamini who's going to come on. They're going to utilise the experience and the know-how of Flamini.
He's got to be careful. He's already been booked for time wasting. I thought it was a wee bit harsh on him. He didn't have an awful lot of options at the time. Three-man wall. Faisal fight here in the middle of it.
3 players enough to stop Messi. Messi dinks it in. Oh, Mina was there. He's had 2 chances on his debut to get off the mark.
He's headed that one on target, Rob. Pretty straightforward. It's straight at the goalkeeper. He's not going to beat Guaita with that one, but you can see the size of him. He's a big guy. He's tarred over everyone.
Fell on the ball, may have been handball, but the referee sees the advantage. It was almost gained by Barca.
Lionel Messi was looking to get on the end of that one. He would have went through and scored, I'm sure.
Lucadine. Jordi Alba. Busquets. Rakitic. Messi. Suarez.
So
followed
well
every
tracked.
step of the way by Bruno. Now Messi. Fights off Antunes. Can't shake him off though. Sergio Roberto, and Gagu gets his body in the way.
So well marshalled, Rob, aren't they? They've done a really good job defensively. You can see the shape of them. They're compact. The 4-4-2, when the two wide players in midfield drop back in, it's a 6 if they need them. They've plenty of bodies in the box, and they've not really given Barcelona too many opportunities.
Dembele's corner. Busquets can't get there. Janet can. Jordi Alba. Guaita comes and then stays and leaves it to his defenders. Alan Barry helps it on its way.
Yes, 15 minutes to go. Yerry Mina stays up, the big man.
And comes Mina! Well, he's been their most likely source of a goal today. He towers over everybody else and he's using that height advantage.
He's getting closer, Rob. You can see he gets in there above everybody. You're right. He's about a foot taller than anyone else as he gets the header downward. He's so unlucky. It bounces and just goes wide of the far post. He looks the most likely to score for Barcelona, believe it or not.
It's a new dimension that they have.
It's an option, always an option.
No time for change for Getafe. This could be an introduction for the surprise winter signing, Mathieu Flamini. And he takes the place of Angel, who has clocked up just over 9 kilometres.
Well, it's a funny one, taking your goal scorer, your top goal scorer off and bringing on a midfield player, but maybe that's the way they want to do it. They'll put a Math up now who's got plenty of pace and pack that midfield and keep, well, hopefully keep possession a little bit better than they have done. They're not really keeping the ball that well for me. They've shown a lot of promise on the counter-attack on several occasions.
Suarez. Luca Dean. Dembele. Fanciful flick, looking for the head of Messi. Rakitic. Iniesta. Alba. Drives it to Rakitic. Now Roberto. It's going from wing to wing as they try to find daylight in this Getafe defence. They won't though. All the windows are firmly closed. Mina. Messi. First time he's had any space. Genet comes to greet him. Iniesta plays in Jordi Alba. Alba to Messi. Seems to be everywhere, Messi. Genet seems to be everywhere as well.
Oh, I'll tell you what, he's had a great game, Genet. His positional play, his defending's been excellent.
Busquets. Mina. Roberto. Guzman Dembele. There's Sergio Roberto. Fire has to be careful with his arms on his shoulders then. Barcelona supporters sensing their team needs a vocal lift. Messi. Guaita only half stops it. Alba. Well, Suarez wanted the ball at his feet and he was somewhere between a shot and a cross there, I think, from Jordi Alba.
Oh, look at this.
Messi and Guaita with one for the cameras.
Well, he's come to life a little bit in the last couple of minutes. Messi coming inside on his left foot twice now, Rob. Great shot on target the first time in this one. It's on target, but pretty straightforward for the goalkeeper who read that one. Guaita held that with both hands. Jordi Alba had a chance as well. The other chance he had, thought he could have done better.
Final 10 minutes now. Jerry's 82nd minute last week. The PK joined the attack and scored the vital goal. A week before that against Valencia in the Cup. Suarez scored just before the 70-minute mark. And when they've played against Alaves here, they needed the goals in the final 18 minutes. They do peak late. Suarez stopped by Bruno. Flamini can't get the ball away. It's Dembele. He can't find Messi. And Mbari.
He's done well. Done really well.
Drives out of defence. Look at that. 3 of them closing down. Honda from Barcelona. Rakitic. Jordi Alba. Messi. Dembele.
They're so well organised.
Daydreaming, wasn't he?
Oh, Rob, they know this line. They've had a high line. They've done it so well. They've caught Barcelona offside so many times. Have a look. They're stepping up there, and he knows he's a yard in front of him. He's got to be careful, though. The right back as well. Damian Suarez. But it's been an excellent performance from Getafe in terms of keeping the right attitude, the right determination, and the defensive qualities as Paulinho comes on.
Well, he scored as a substitute when these sides met in September, Paulinho. Busquets is sacrificed, taking off a defence-minded player, bringing on Paulinho, who likes to work as the extra attacker. It will mean that the rookie defence of Mina and Dean are exposed for the final minutes of the game, but a gamble worth taking in the mind of Valverde.
Oh, absolutely. You want to win the game. You don't want to drop points. They've done better in the last 5 or 6 minutes, I think, but I've been so impressed with Getafe, Rob. They've done a really good job defensively.
Paulinho gets into the thrust of things. Suarez for Dembele. Dembele steadies himself and, well, he's finding the step up in standard a little difficult. Dembele once more. Coutinho hit the ground running. Mina's been impressive today, but Dembele, who was the big money signing from Dortmund in the summer, is struggling to establish himself. You see all the headlines, you get all of the pictures, you realise that the young man is still only 20 years of age.
Yeah, still learning.
Jordi Alba. Oh, Suarez slips through Guaita, sharply off his line.
Oh, that was superb play. Really tight angle, and Jordi Alba somehow managed to find and thread the pass through to Andres Iniesta. Or sorry, to Suarez.
Well, they're upset there. They wanted to make the substitution. They will do now.
No, man, this is.
Well, Matthew's down. They're just holding fire. Jorge Molina is the player who's preparing to come on, the 35-year-old striker.
He's coming on for him, I think. That's what they're saying. Is it a handball? Is there a handball there? Let's have a look, see. The hand goes up. It was Bruno had his arm up, but it was a header from Yerry Mina. And a decent debut, hasn't he?
He looks a Barcelona player, doesn't he? Came on in the cup in midweek, but this is the big one. They're making a big play of this substitution. There's Amat, who comes off. And Molina joins the dance army. He's even older than Flamini. Dembele. It is difficult for Dembele. There are moans and groans when he gets the ball. There's an air of expectation and excitement when Suarez or Messi's on it.
I think that puts more pressure on the young man as well, doesn't it?
Iniesta. Good defending from Antunes. This is Paulinho. Sergio Roberto. Messi. Roberto. Suarez. Alba will chase the bits and pieces. Hangs it in the air. Guaita. Very good goalkeeping by Guaita. We're seeing him in the Premier League next year. He's agreed a move to Crystal Palace once his contract expires here. Officially, he'll be joining the London club on the 1st of July.
Wouldn't just love to get a result here at the Nou Camp against the mighty Barcelona? They all would. They've worked so hard. They're so close to it. There's only 5 minutes left, Rob, and they've worked tremendously hard.
Now, bear in mind, the last 2 visits from Getafe to the Camp Nou have resulted in 6-0 defeats. It isn't by accident they're holding Barcelona. They've been defensively impressive recently. They've had 5 shutouts in the last 9 games as Bordelas has concentrated on tightening up his defence.
He's done well. You know, Bordelas has got them so well organised, Rob. I've been really impressed. The 2 centre-halves, Bruno and Jenny. Jenny's been absolutely top drawer. He's quick, he's strong. It looks like they're going to make another substitution, but part of that's going to be fresh legs, but also a little bit of time wasting to get somebody on and take another minute off the clock.
I would put money in being the player furthest away from this touchline. Not anything about them.
They'll tell who is going to be subbed and tell him to get as far away before the substitution, don't they?
Iniesta. Suarez. Offside.
Again. How many times? It's got to be at least 6 or 7 times he's been caught offside in this game. And they're all really close. They're all tight, but he's coming from an offside position, and you can see he's leaning. It's only inches, but
I tell you have to have laser-like eyes if you're an assistant, don't you?
They've been brilliant, haven't they? They've got all the big decisions right, Rob. It's been very close, but they've got them right, and it's not an easy job, as you know, being a linesman. Get some stick, and you can see it's Gaku coming off, and he's really hurrying to get off, isn't he?
Gaku comes off, and it's another one of the new recruits, Leandro Cabrera, who comes on. With instructions to just keep things tight, to see Getafe through. Here is Messi, lets the ball go. Antunes chasing him all of the way. He won't give up, hanging on to him for dear life. It's not Valentine's Day yet. Jordi Alba to Rakitic. 2 minutes of regulation time remaining. Iniesta's cross, great, very nice take.
Wasn't that good goalkeeping? He's very positive. He's come and taken it. He's got a wee knock. He's going to make the most of it and waste a bit of time. But you want your goalkeeper to be positive in that situation with a couple of minutes left. He's big, hands coming out, claims the ball, and that takes the pressure off the defence straight away.
Rakitic. Alba. Chasing down.
Done well.
Luca Diaz, that's why he's come on. This is Portillo. Molina. He'll be upset that he didn't start the game today. He's been a regular this season. Okay, Molina. He missed 1 La Liga game, but Bordelas has gone for the most physical team that he can go. Credit the players, but credit this coach as well, who has got the absolute maximum out of a limited set of players.
Yeah, I've been impressed with them again today, Rob. They've done so well. And their climb and their organisation skills are there for you all to see. Come to the new camp, and they've not really had that many chances, Barcelona.
Andres Iniesta, 1 chance, that's all it takes. He's a creator of many goals. Alba fires the ball in. Sticking at it, Getafe, if they can manage it in the remaining time, the time that has been added to the 90. The 3 minutes that have been added to the 90.
Yeah, I was going to say 3 or 4, I would think.
It's a 6-man defence at the moment for Getafe. Dembele takes on Antunes. Dembele does well to get the cross in. Suarez! Well, a sensational save from Guaita. First time that Suarez had really found any space, but Guaita tucked to the air.
Well, first minute of injury time, Rob, and that's when Suarez gets the header, and that is a good save.
Rakitic's flick. Antunes clears the ball. Butterflies in the stomachs of the Getafe players. Mind you, Guaita has sprung some wings. Roberto to Alba. Dembele. Oh, it's a goodness. He's somebody, I think, to go over there and put an arm around his man Dembele. This is what he can do. Look at that.
Great ball, good header, good save. It's good height for the keeper, though, I have to say. But he gets the touch on it when he needs to.
Well, a tremendous save. Could be a match drawing save.
He's not happy with 3 minutes. He said, "Are you having a laugh?" Saying that, you know, if you're leaving at the injury time to try and get a winner, what's been happening before that? And that's where you've got to give credit to Getafe.
Messi over the top. Jemek decides the goalkeeper isn't on. Puts himself out of a tricky situation. Suarez wins the ball, gives it to Paulinho. Alba. Iniesta. Nail-biting finale at the Camp Nou. Paulinho fighting for space, but using his arms, wasting the opportunity, and particularly in terms of Getafe players to go down here at this time. It's Bruno. He's got cramp.
Yeah, and he'll kill another few seconds on the clock as the cross comes in. Well, you can see he's climbing all over him, Paulinho, and that's why the free kick's been given against him. But Rob, it's been a really good defensive display. You know, we'll give credit where it's due. They've kept a really good Barcelona side who normally would have more opportunities than that. They've kept them down to a handful, really. And Guaita is booked for time wasting. Surprise.
Well, it'll be the first time this season that Barcelona have failed to score in a La Liga game. Who knows? There may be a goal yet. It could be a Getafe goal. Red.
He's going to get booked for it on his debut, league debut. Yerry Mina, and that's for the foul on Jorge Molina. Well, a big arm coming in, that's what it is. He's leading with the left arm.
The most experienced player out there against the rookie. The referee said 3 minutes, would be on the 3 minutes, so surely Getafe just going to take a chance here, throw everybody in there, go for a famous winning goal.
Have a shot at goal, that's all you need to do. Take a touch or have a shot at goal.
Well, they're not chancing too many there. I think they're happy to stick at 0-0. Be a big point for them. It's Antunes. It required a little safety touch, and it was dramatic right to the final kick of the game. And a moral victory for Getafe, who, as you can see from that, from the opening minute to the last minute, had Barcelona on the back foot. Antunes putting everything into that, and it may have taken it. Did. It was a tremendous save from ter Stegen. That man Suarez was stopped at the other end by a brilliant save by Guaita. Barcelona remain unbeaten 23 games into the season, but the first time this campaign they've failed to score in La Liga. They've been contained by Getafe. Final score, Barcelona, Getafe. Well, Barcelona made the changes in the second half. Same kind of pattern. They threw everything at Getafe. Luis Suarez, that was the one time that he managed to be onside. He timed it perfectly.
Alcácer does well, Rob, with the touch, and he anticipates really well, and he was unlucky not to hit the target.
And it was the full force in the second half, but Getafe got players back behind the ball, and when they were broken, Guaita was in wonderful form. Coutinho's shot.
Yeah, it's a good shot. It's on target. You can see big left hand from the goalkeeper, Guaita.
Well, they have many chances. Mina was getting up there, the new 6'5" central defender. He had a number of opportunities. Barcelona did take some risks. Look at this for a counter-attack when Stegen slipped.
That was a half a chance.
Gaku had to have a go, didn't he?
He had to. It was a half a chance, though. And this is the volley from Antunes, just over the crossbar. And they had their moments, to be fair. I thought defensively they were brilliant, and they played the game really well.
Well, that was the header from Yerry Mina, the debutant. He had a few of those during the course of the game. Well, Barcelona threw on Iniesta and Dembele. He hadn't had many moments, but in a brilliant cross, Suarez found the space. But a tremendous save from Guaita. Just noticed actually, Jerry's down on the touchline. There's a strike. If he's got a hat-trick, he'd take the match ball. He's just asked the referee whether he can have the ball because he felt that he earned it with that save.